Spooky Festival is here in Hero Wars, and I'm trying to decide if it's worth buying the new demonic skins or not.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video, we are going to discuss the 3 new demonic skins, as well as all of the other demonic skins that are in the shop. If this is your first time joining me at Hero Wars Central, I like to do educational videos about Hero Wars Dominion Era. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, stick around. Well, first and foremost, the basic gameplay loop of this event is fairly straightforward. You have the Spooky Festival tasks, and there are 8 sets of tasks here. We don't need to go over them individually. That's okay. You also have the Furnace of Souls, right, where you have to compete against the enemies, and you have to kill 250 mobs per day, and you're rewarded with a bunch of rewards. And everything is in service of getting ghost energy. The ghost energy then turns into this jack-o'-lantern at 250 apiece. If you're familiar with the Cascade event, the Verdok event, the Goose event, the Lyria event, you guys are pretty familiar with how this works. And the hope is that you're getting the grand prize Spooky Festival coin out of the Spooky Cauldron. Now, the drop rate for this is fixed, I think, for the first 3. The first 3 have a guaranteed drop rate, I think, between the first turn in and like the 18th turn in or something like that. Just say that roughly 10 to 15% of the time you're going to get Spooky Festival coins. And I'm just getting my first couple out of the way. That's why it looks like I'm getting more. And then you use the Spooky Festival coins in the Spooky Festival store. That is the basic extent of the event. And the new thing, the limited time only, and I've got to stress this, limited time only thing that you can get from this shop is what we have to focus on. All right. As far as the raw value for what is the best thing to buy, I have a blog over on the website herowarcentral.com where it breaks down the emerald efficiencies and all of that. You can go check out the website if you want to check that out for yourself. The majority of these items can all be had all year long. Okay, some of them are cheaper than others. Some of them are more efficient to buy now than later. Yes, all of that is well and good. But we have some limited time only things. We have the Augustus demonic skin, the Fafnir demonic skin, and the Folio demonic skin. Before we go any further with this video, I've got to talk about the other demonic skins. Cornelius, Ginger, Chaba, Artemis, etc., etc., etc. If you go and you look at this Artemis skin in your hero inventory, so if I go to Artemis, here we go, skins, you can see that the demonic skin requires you to go to the Spooky Festival store. However, according to the Hero Wars Wikipedia, this Artemis skin has been around since October of 2017. This skin is 8 years old. Why is an 8-year-old skin available for purchase for almost the same amount of coins as these brand new skins? Well, the game has made it so that the themed skins are only purchasable with this event currency during this event. Okay, that makes sense. During this event. After the event ends, this currency that's 8 years old, this skin that's 8 years old will be available again for skin stones. 2 days ago, before Spooky Festival went live, this skin, the Chaba skin, the Jurgen skin, the demonic skin for Helios, for Elmir, for Leon, all of these were available for skin stones 2 days ago, okay, with the exception of Cornelius and the new Folio, Fafnir, and Augustus skins. They were all available for skin stones, 5,000 skin stones. Buy them with skin stones when the event ends, okay? Don't buy them using the Spooky Festival coins. Do not do that. It's a huge, 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 huge waste. I'm not saying that they're bad skins. I'm not saying that they're good skins. I'm just saying if you buy them with Spooky Festival coins, it's a huge waste. Now, let's talk about the 3 new hero skins. Let's talk about Folio first, because I think it's going to be the least popular, but actually the most impactful. Now, Folio is a mage, and Folio has some fun use cases on Maestro, the City of Asgard Maestro fights. There are a few teams that Folio works really well in. As a mage, Magic Attack is always going to be nice. Okay, Magic Attack just adds damage. Now, does it make him worth playing? I think it might. I think that there might be a good Folio team out there that makes you want to use him. I'm particularly looking for second team options. All right, so if I have one team that can counter, let's say, the Lyria, Tristan, Galahad team. If I have one good team that can counter that team, but I'm still seeing that team on defense a ton, like in Clash of Worlds or whatever, I'm looking for a good second team that can beat that, so that in Clash of Worlds, my guild, who might not have the heroes leveled up, I'm thinking about what I can use to beat those heroes without it. And Lyria teams are very weak to magic damage, mage teams. So I think Folio might be a component for that. The skin looks pretty cool. The contrast between the neon green, the white, and the dark green, I think looks great. I really enjoy the aesthetics of the skin. I think this is probably going to be the skin that's the most impactful of the three, but I don't know that you need to buy it unless you are just in love with Folio. And some people are, and that's okay. So Fafnir is going to be the second one. Now, the thing about the Fafnir skin is him surviving from magic damage longer. Cool skin. It's my least favorite looking of the three new demonic skins, but still pretty cool. Fafnir doesn't really have much in the way of offense, so if he's the only one that's left after, say, a big Amira hit, a big Amira bomb going off, then your team is still losing, right? Magic defense is always going to be a good, just a good all-around skin to have, but it's not really going to impact the fight directly, if that makes sense. Having more defense is always a good thing, especially for your support type or control type heroes. Fafnir being a big-time damage support hero. As far as priorities are concerned, I think it's one of the lowest priority skins for him. I like the health skin even more than the magic defense skin. The armor even more than the magic defense skin, just because we're in a heavy physical attacking meta right now. You're seeing nothing but Lyria teams. You're still seeing some Dante teams, Ishmael teams. Of course, Ishmael doesn't really target the back end. And even Fafnir and Kayla, you can gain some benefit from armor and health when they're attacking you. Whereas with this magic defense, you're really only kind of defending against like Amira teams. It's like the only mage Amira teams. You've got some Cascade, maybe Lars and Krista teams that you might be defending against. I think this is probably worth having if you have all of the other skins and you have nothing else to spend your coins on. I just don't think it's going to move the needle too much. And again, I think it's the lowest priority of all of Fafnir's skins. I think it might be the coolest looking. I really like the Celestial skin a lot. The Stellar skin's kind of boring. The Spring skin is okay. I'm a big-time Druid nature fan. But yeah, cool skin, cool skin. So then that brings us to the Augustus skin. Now, the Augustus skin has one thing going for it for sure, and that is that it is very interesting looking. Some people are going to really, really love this design. Some people are going to hate it. It reminds me a lot of the Firelands in World of Warcraft and the Druids and all of that stuff over there. This, to me, is what I would call nightmare fuel to some people. It's just between the lava feathers and the eye that's looking around on the chest there, the bone belt. I think it's a really fun-looking skin. I think aesthetically, the contrast is great. The white lightning going over the head and everything like that. Unfortunately, I don't know that health is going to really be impactful for Augustus. The thing that I like to think about whenever we discuss new skins is, does this make this hero good if he were bad? Does it make the hero beat teams that they haven't beat before? And, is this going to impact some timing? So first and foremost, does health make Augustus a good hero? Well, Augustus is already a pretty decent hero so long as you're pairing him with Orion or Arachne or Polaris. Really, without having a magic penetration artifact weapon friend like Orion, right? Augustus doesn't do that well in PvP. He's okay, right? The health skin isn't going to make the Augustus Orion or Augustus Dante or whatever, the health skin isn't going to make the Augustus teams beat teams that it's losing to. It's not going to magically start beating Sebastian, Isaac teams, right? It's just not going to happen. And in fact, there is some concern about health causing Augustus to ult slower and therefore making him worse. And the sweet spot myth, the myth that you can level a hero to a certain point and that's it, that does exist in some interactions. With some exceptions, it does exist. But mostly, generally speaking, having more health is always going to be a good thing. A dead hero does no damage, right? So if you're ulting a little bit slower in some fights, does that impact things? Yeah, I think it does. The thing about Augustus, though, you don't really bring him for his ult. You're not really using his ult. Is it a good ult? Yeah. Deals magic damage to the enemy with the highest health and damage is equal to 40% of the target's max health. It's a big hit. Like, it's a guaranteed hit. It can be reduced with magic defense and all of that, sure. But the main reason why you use Augustus is the grounded ability and the super conductivity. Just his default passive grind amount ability to reduce magic defense and hit multiple targets and do magic / pure damage as the basic auto attack, right? And the thing about the health argument is that it slows down ultimates. It slows down the ult timing and all of that. And Augustus isn't necessarily brought to a team for his ult. Is it? Again, it is a good ult. I'm not saying that it's trash. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that Augustus's function is to lower magic defense and change everything to pure damage so that Orion, who attacks very fast, can take advantage of that and do a lot of pure damage. So is this a skin worth having? I think so. It's a cool looking skin. I think it's a lower priority than the winter skin. If you missed the winter skin, you'll have another chance to get the winter skin here in about a month, 2 months, right? When Winterfest happens. I think the magic attack skin would be is a little bit more of a priority. I think the intelligent skin is certainly a higher priority. I don't think that the health skin is going to make Augustus just become this awesome hero. I think that for anything to have had a big impact on Augustus, this needed to be magic penetration. I think this needed to be a magic penetration skin. Aside from magic penetration, any skin that Augustus gets, he's still going to be good. You're still going to see him in the top 10, top 30 in Arena. You're going to see him a lot on defense in Clash of Worlds. You're going to see him a lot in Area of Conquest. Are there better teams for those activities occasionally? Yeah, here and there, sure. Are still people using the Dante, Orion, Augustus teams or a variation of that, like Qing Mao, Orion Augustus, or Lyria, Orion Augustus? Yeah, certainly you definitely are. So it's not a bad skin to get, and it's probably the one skin that I'm going to get. But I'll probably buy all three because again, these three skins, I bought the Cornelius skin, and I don't use Cornelius at all. The three new skins, Folio, Fafnir, and Augustus, they're limited time only. We're not going to have access to them again for months and months and months, potentially until next Halloween, by the way. But I don't think that we've had an opportunity to get the. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong here, but I don't think we've had an opportunity to get the Cornelius Demon skin since last Spooky Festival. And if that's the case, that gives you an idea. That gives you an idea of how important it is to grab these three skins. It's a lot. It's 30 of the coins. There are a lot of great things you can buy in here, like the Absolute Artifact chests, Chaos Particles, large skin stone chests. Heck, even items to level up your heroes is a good choice. I think a lot of people are going to be dumping a lot into Unity of Extremes, or the Key to All Doors, or maybe some of the other, I don't know, Live Distance Stars. I don't know. Check out the blog for a full breakdown of the shop, HeroWarCentral.com. It's linked in the description box down below. But let me know in the comment section, are you buying these skins? How do you feel about their priority? I'd be curious to hear it. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.